Should we get kicked off?
Let's get kicked off. Off you go, George.
Are really fucking stupid.
Start it from the beginning.
Oh, I'll just slide it back there with a mouse.
Some people are really fucking stupid.
Okay. I think first impression from that is he's running the risk of coming across quite bitter, quite cynical and angry. And I think that's a risky game, isn't it? He's going to have to be careful of that because it might turn off quite a lot of the crowd.
He's got a big audience there, hasn't he? Mm-hmm. They're going to have varying.
He's doing a big gig, which good for him.
Good for him, absolutely.
Good for him, but you're absolutely right. There's going to be a lot of different opinions in that audience. There's going to be a real mix.
What about the use of the F word? So it was like some people are. So the fourth word in was the F word.
Yeah,
that's a good thing generally, isn't
it?
You like
that?
I like that. I think it's always. I often just say fucking when I get onto the stage, and it almost always elicits a laugh.
It's a bit of a filler word, isn't it? You can just throw it in at the start, in the middle of a sentence.
Well, let's try it. I'll be George. I'll do an act out.
Okay.
Some people are stupid.
No, doesn't hit the same, does it?
Doesn't work anymore, does it?
You need that swear word, don't you?
As if he'd just come out onto the stage and gone, fucking.
Yeah, that's nice. That's good.
So he probably didn't need the rest.
Did you ever notice that? How many really stupid people you run into during the day? God damn, there's a lot of stupid bastards walking around. Carry a little pad and pencil with you. You wind.
Now, we often talk about the act out, don't we, Charlie, on this
lovely
show?
Lovely.
And there it is.
It's subtle, but he's doing so much with that little motion there, isn't he? What's he doing with that?
Well, what he's doing with that is he's giving people a picture. It's like they're watching a movie. Because stand up, it's not radio, is it? It's something else.
It is something else. You're absolutely right. Do you think that's for the pen or is that for the notepad?
I think it's for the pen. And looking at it there, I don't want to. I'm also noticing those nipples in the background. I wonder what that's telling us.
No, I think
anyway, it's quite a big pen, isn't it? It's a decent sized pen, and that's a little bit of a. He's not wearing the big watch, but he's kind of saying, if I took a pen and a notebook, it's not going to be a small pen.
Yeah,
I'm a big guy.
Yeah, he's saying I'm gonna use the full equipment, if you know what I mean. So it's slightly phallic as well, which is not a bad thing. It's
not a bad thing.
Never hurts.
Wind up with 30 or 40 names by the end of the day. Look at it.
No. Sorry to stop it quite so quickly. There are the nipples again, look. Yes. 8 of them this time.
They're light bulbs, I think.
Are they?
Yeah. So that is for the lighting on the stage.
Okay.
Think of how stupid the average person is, and then realize half of them are stupider than that. And it doesn't take you very long to spot one of them, does it? Take you about 8 seconds. You'll be listening to some guy. You say, this guy is fucking stupid. Then there are some people, they're not stupid, they're full of shit.
I think what my concern with this bit is, he's asking the audience to think about themselves. He's saying some people are fucking stupid. And now everyone in the audience are going to be thinking, am I stupid? Is the person next to me stupid? Am I full of shit? Is the person next to me full of shit? And now they're sort of pondering those sorts of questions, and they might drift off a little bit and not really think about what he's saying. And then the laughter starts to wane, which I think you can actually spot that it is around this point in the video.
Yeah, I spotted that. Yeah. He's also pointing quite aggressively at the audience.
Yeah.
And he looks like he might be about to sort of spit as well. I was watching that thinking that I'm lucky to have really, really high self-esteem. Otherwise, I could have been starting to. Those little doubts could have been, am I a stupid person? That's not something that I ever think, but if I was that kind of person, I might.
If you were, you might start entertaining those thoughts, and probably quite a lot of people in the audience would be.
And they're not entertaining those kind of thoughts, are they?
No.
That doesn't take very long to spot either, does it? Take you about the same amount of time. You'll be listening to some guys.
That's good, isn't it? He's got a plant in the audience. He's paid someone to be shouting after each, and they're jumping in at just the right moment, aren't they?
You did that once, remember, in one of your shows.
I did. Actually, I had an audience that were all paid by me, and it was it was the best gig I've ever had. And
just coincidence, was it?
well, yes, I think the atmosphere was just excellent for it, and it paid off.
Yeah. How much?
If I can use that expression.
Yeah, you
I
can.
think it was £50 to £100 per person.
Whew. So you're making good money then on that.
No, I lost quite a lot of money, but
Oh, you paid them?
yes, I paid them.
And what was the ticket price?
No, it was free entry.
Oh, I see.
So
you're in deficit. Is that the right word?
I was in the hole, if I can use that expression. But I had a great gig, so you can't put a price on that. Kind of. You can, yeah.
Okay, so going back to George now, you reckon he's paid that guy, and wisely so, to shout no every now and again.
So, if you remember, what we were saying is that at this point in the routine, energy in the audience might start to wane a little bit.
Yep.
And that's why he's put a plant in at this point to get that energy back up. He's using it to great effect. So well done, George.
Yes, and a learning point for our audience, of course.
You'll be listening to some guy saying, well, he's fairly intelligent. He's full of shit.
Lovely, and the way he says "full of shit," I must remember that. It's such a good line. Full of shit. I must remember to use that myself. Full of shit. The audience are just so appreciative of the wit, and I mean, I guess it's allegorical in a way, isn't it?
Is it? What does that mean?
I don't know.
Okay.
Then there are some people, they're not stupid, they're not full of shit, they're fucking nuts!
There it is.
Dan Quayle is all three! All three! Stupid, full of shit, and fucking nuts!
The crowd are loving it.
They are loving it. But I think you've picked up on a little problem here, haven't you?
I have, yeah. For me, as a whole, it's a nice routine, but I think it could be a lot more punchy.
Okay.
I think there's a lot of unnecessary chaff in there, as we've said before.
Yeah, or wheat.
Yes, chaff and wheat, and you don't want either, really, do you?
No.
So I think what he could do is he could cut it down a lot. He could really get to the chase, and he could just point at a person in the audience and say, "You're fucking stupid."
Just one guy or woman.
Just one guy or woman. "You're fucking stupid. You're full of shit. You're fucking nuts."
That's his three great lines.
Absolutely. And then that's the whole routine cut down to just about 5 seconds there, isn't it? And you've not lost anything. You've now, nobody else in the audience is thinking about whether they're stupid or full of shit. It's just that one person. Everyone's focused on that one person. You've got the humiliation. Well, look at all those people. They could all be turned against one person, and that's what comedy's about, really, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
It is at its best.
What did you have any thoughts on that?
I had to look up Dan Quayle. I didn't. I'll hold my hands up. Well, not literally, but I didn't know who he was. I wondered if he should go for the British audience.
Yep.
If he should go with Dan Stevens, the Downton Abbey actor, who I think we all.
I thought he was match of the day, wasn't he?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, either way.
Well, that's good, because people will be thinking, is that Downton Abbey or is that match of the day?
You might have a couple the wife will be thinking about Match of the Day.
Yep.
And the husband will be thinking about Downton.
Absolutely.
I sometimes call it Downton just as an abbreviation, because you don't always have to say the Abbey, do you?
Saves time, doesn't it?
Was there? Did you have anything else?
I don't think so. I think that's kind of everything. I think there's I think it's good, but I think there's a lot of things that he could do differently. And
well, hopefully he will. If we
No.
send this off to.
He's passed away, sadly.
Oh.
Yeah. But it's good to look at this. Well, this is for our viewers, isn't it? Because they can look at George's stuff and
I suppose that's true.
learn from his mistakes.
What was his mistake?
Oh, dying, I think. He should have stayed alive. It's very difficult to make people laugh.
Well, I tell you what. To end on a positive note, he did not die on that stage, did he?
He didn't. No. When you look at that, is that a standing ovation?
They're sitting down, but yes.
Well, that person's that's probably his plant.
Oh yes.
That person's probably the person he paid off.
Yes. In fact, look, I think you can see it written on the T-shirt.
George Carlin paid me.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so.
Brilliant.
Good.
Excellent. Okay. Well done, George. And sorry to hear about your passing. And we'll see you next time for another Joke Clinic Reacts.
Well, not him.
No, not George. I'm talking to the audience,
Oh,
to our viewers.